Hello everyone, welcome to the Agora stage for the last part of the day. We've got some fireside chats and some panel discussions on the way for you. I should also mention, before we get started, just a reminder about the happy hour that will be happening from 6 till 7 in the North Village. So not too far, just that way. But on this level, you can't miss it if you just head over there towards the escalators. So that's from 6 till 7. Of course, there are lots of other networking opportunities available for you as well throughout the 3.5 days at 4 years from now, including speed dating, mentoring meetings as well. And you can find out about all of this on the MW Series app. So do make sure you check that out. Right now, though, we've got a brilliant panel on the way for you, all around self-expression, AI, and the missing half of digital identity. I do need to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Wyra Telefonica, because without them, this session would not be possible. So thank you very, very much. And please join me in welcoming on the stage. Here to moderate this session is Paloma Castellano-Sanz, co-founder and CEO of Wyra. Joining her on the panel is Jamie Bosch, co-founder and CEO of VoiceMod, and content creator TFM Johnny. Hello, hello. Yeah, big round of applause, well deserved. Fantastic, enjoy your session.
Thank you so much. So, good afternoon and welcome everyone. So I'm Paloma Castellano, I'm the Managing Director of Wyra Spain. And in Wyra we are the CVC of Telefonica, but more of all, what we are doing is we try to expose Telefonica to new trends and things that are happening. This is a panel that fulfills me with joy because I have one of our dearest founders, a company that we invested nearly or more than 10 years ago.
11.
And we are going to talk about a trend that is really outstanding now between creators, that is self-expression. And self-expression is no longer about filters or avatars. We have a missing part here, and that missing part is voice. So well, we have here on the stage, we have Jaime, our dear co-founder and CEO of VoiceMod. VoiceMod is a company that is helping YouTubers and content creators worldwide, more than 60 million people. That is like the people that we have in Spain and Portugal together, to express themselves using their voice. And we also have here TFM Johnny. This is the first time that we have this voice tuber and mask on the stage. And they are going to tell us what voice tubing is, what is this kind of trend of digital expression using voice. But, well, I don't know if many of you know anything about this. This is, many of you will know because this is 100,000 searches daily online on Google for people that are looking for terms such as voice modulator, voice transformation, and voice tubers. So let's please, before we start, I would love to introduce these terms using a couple of videos. So let's greet Amy from VoiceMod from Canada.
Hey, 4 years from now, Amy here, a VoiceMod content creator coming to you all the way from Canada. Jaime asked me to give you a quick sneak peek at what VoiceMod is all about. But instead of just telling you, let me show you.
Something's missing here. Perfect.
Are you ready to game?
That's Snoop Doggy Dogg joining the lobby. Let's go!
And that's a home run, ladies and gentlemen, to win the game.
So
Many characters, so many
Voices.
And there you have it. With VoiceMod, you can not only look like your favorite Fortnite characters,
but sound like them too.
Hope you enjoyed that little demo, and now, back to the panel.
And let's also learn a bit about TFM Johnny, as he is online.
Are you scared? Are you terrified?
Who's that, Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell!
I'm a simple man.
What is this?
It's a weird attempt to keep my YouTube career going.
You're ugly.
What?
My mom says I'm handsome.
We only know from 2005 to 2008. After that, it just went dark.
Is Bush still president?
Yeah, is George Bush still president?
I'm gonna go get my bigger brother.
Who that, Daddy?
Call the police, he's caught me. He just wanted me to try his shake. He just wanted me to try his shake. Oh, no! No!
Why is that guy behind angry? Looks like his life is miserable.
Well, what do you expect? He's a Reddit moderator.
Are you a furry? No, I don't know what would give you that indication.
Okay, wow. Wow. 1.1 million subscribers on YouTube, I must say. And let's start this conversation with you, Jaime. So, what do you exactly mean when you are talking about the missing half of digital identity?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. It's very special also for me. So Paloma and Telefonica, they are my investors for 11 years now. And happy that this journey brought us to this day. When it comes to self-expression, I mean, what VoiceMod really does, and the mission of VoiceMod is enable people to supercharge their voice wherever they communicate, to foster self-expression and belonging. And if we think of this missing half of digital identity, it's because as of today, there's a massive demand for digital self-expression. We can see that almost in the digital world, anyone can be anything when it comes to visual, right? But there's a clarity on a missing of the half of the part of this self-expression. Let's say you can look like anything or anyone today, but this is all about 3D worlds, interactive worlds, and it's about communication. So audio is a very important part of the message and of the identity. So this is what basically VoiceMod provides. We provide this half part this missing half of the digital identity.
Yeah. So, well, to give you some figures and help me on that, how many users in Roblox alone do you have, or do Roblox has that needs?
Well, what we mean with the Roblox users is that to put as an example for the sizing of people really expressing themselves using visual avatars, we have around 300 million Roblox users every day expressing themselves through visual. So what we are basically enabling all of those users, and that doesn't mean that we have those 300 million users, but to some proportion of those users, we're offering them the ability to also express themselves with audio and then completing the full self-expression with visual and audio in the same interaction.
Okay, so let's go with you, Johnny. As a VTuber, you have a very strong digital identity, as we have seen. How important is your voice to your persona?
Well, it's by no mistake. It's a voice as a VTuber is first and foremost a very crucial thing. It's no accident that a lot of VTubers are actually IRL voice actors. And in a sense, VTubing has become sort of the next generation of voice acting and building that digital identity around sort of whether it's supplementing through a tool like VoiceMod or something like that. Really, it's about building that digital identity and then pairing that with influencer culture and portraying a character to people that they can relate to and that they want to follow.
They were fun. Okay, so well, voice tubing has exploded in popularity. Why do you think that people want to express themselves through avatars and modded voices?
Well, I think it just comes back to a lot of online communities that we're seeing sprouting up, whether it's Roblox or the VR communities now, especially VR chat is continuing to grow in size. Certainly, there's tons and tons of VR headsets out there now, and people are looking to live out sort of a true internal identity of themselves online, and we can use tools like VoiceMod to certainly build out that sort of that identity. And then with VTubing and influencer culture, we pair that and we lead by example and build out these communities where people are seeing us do it, and then through copying and mimicry, building out their own identities as well.
Okay. So in VoiceMod, you are helping this creator. How are you contributing to these safe and also expressive online environments, particularly with gaming and VoiceTuber?
Well, the way to think about this is basically thinking why people use avatars and why people do this self-expression in the first place. So this is all about belonging to a group. It's all about creating a persona. It's about really be free to express the way you want to be. And technology gives this ability on these 3D spaces. So it really depends on a different use case. We have a variety of use cases on why people are using these technologies to really express themselves. But at the end of the day, it's all about being unique and having your own way. So what we seek at VoiceMod is to really enable people to find their online voice and to express the way they want to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, talking about safe environments. So how many of your audience or your users are about girls getting into gaming and trying to not be identified as females for their voice?
So to be clear, while VoiceMod is not a silver bullet for toxicity, in some environments it's helping because, for example, avatars, visual avatars, what they made is they made basically everyone equal. They made everyone under the same rules, visual rules, let's say. VoiceMod does something similar, and if everyone is using VoiceMod, it's really something that puts everyone at the same level, eliminates boundaries and barriers, and make people more comfortable and safe to really be themselves.
Mm-hmm. So AI is quickly changing the landscape of audio technology. So Jaime, how are you using AI in VoiceMod?
So that's a difficult question. I personally or in my company?
In your company. So how is VoiceMod?
Because I guess everyone in the audience is already using AI every day, as I am. So at VoiceMod, we have a little bit of a story here because we started the company. I co-founded this company with two of my brothers 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, obviously, we were not doing AI. We were doing like DSP, voice effects, like the kind of audio technology that you would find on a music studio. We were basically putting that technology in your pocket by making a mobile app for the first iPhone. That was actually when Telefonica invested in us. That was back in the day. So we started from that technology, but technology for us has been always the enabler. It's never been the purpose. So the purpose is always serving the user on adding value to their self-expression. Back in the day, the enablement was done via DSP technology, which was the technology basically that we were able to run real time on a phone. That was 2010, 2011, 2012. We've been really pushing hard on AI since 2017, the end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Before this was a buzzword word and it was everywhere, we were already investing on AI because AI for us does something that fundamentally changed the way the technology works for us. So let's say DSP technology and the technologies we've been using up to that point, your voice is still, your timbre of your voice, which is, let's say, the soul of your voice, is still the one on the wheel. So you will hear the soul of the voice when you apply those DSP effects on top. But when it comes to AI, it changes the timbre, so it changes fundamentally the way your voice sounds. So that gave us a completely new step into things like TFM Johnny. So probably TFM Johnny,
Yeah.
going back to him,
I was
the way he's able to perform with these AI voices is completely different that with the technology that we used to have years ago.
So, TFM Johnny, this is for you. So, how are you using voice mode, and how do you feel about AI?
Voice mod, obviously, in the clips. There were quite a few clips that did feature using voice mod. But also in the creator space as a whole, certainly it's a contentious issue that's being debated in the creator space. But I very much view it, it's similar to what you said. I don't think AI in an artistic sense is going to be creating art itself anytime soon. We're at an innovator conference, I'm sure somebody's working on it. But as an artist, for me, art always comes from here. And so it's really, when I approach AI as a creator, it's more about how do I utilize it as a tool? And when you're talking about content creation and the constant battle to get more and more content out, really leveraging AI is becoming crucial. There's no way to get around it. And whether it's using voice mod to bring out new characters, or whether it's using things like large language models to help you write or plan out content, or something as simple as just subtitling that takes hours and hours of time away from editors. Now we can just do that with AI. So certainly AI has entered the space, and it isn't going anywhere. And the creators that are going to flourish are going to be the ones that utilize it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but let's look also about the risk or the ethics that we can see when using AI. So is there any ethical consideration that we should take into place when integrating AI into voice modification?
Yeah, of course. I mean, as pioneers in the space of AI real-time voice conversion, and also taking into account that the way the world is ruled right now, regulation is not able to be done at the same pace as technology. Mm-hmm. We, as the actors that are pioneering on this kind of technologies, we need to self-regulate ourselves for a time until regulation catch up. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing at VoiceMod, we are the only company in the AI speech-to-speech world which is fairly trained, which is a certificate that certificates that all our models are trained with data that we own, or with data that we paid some voice actors for that specific purpose. And this is the way we think this kind of model should be. So it's not only on that side, let's say, on how you build your models and how you build your technology and where you take the data from. It's also about how you deploy safely that technology to your users. And on that side, this is a daily concern for the team that we work, and is on almost every meeting around the technology in the company.
And which are your views on this ethical part?
Yeah, so I can actually give a real-world example, because a lot of people throw out this term ethical AI, and really what it comes down to is actively making choices that are viewed as ethical in the community as we build out AI. And so, for example, myself, I was involved in a project. We brought a music video project to Rain Dance Film Festival last year. Mm-hmm. And within that project, my lead guitarist actually is transgendered and going through transition right now. And so she hasn't taken vocal training yet, but we still wanted her to join me on the project to perform and to sing. And so one of the things we did was training up an AI voice, similar to kind of like Vocaloid, if anybody remembers Vocaloid from way back when. But doing something like that, but training on ethical sources. And building up a voice that was her own, that she felt comfortable using, but something that we could say we built this ethically from sources that approved of that use.
Mm-hmm. And well, this is for both of you also. So looking ahead, how do you see the digital identity evolving? Which role with video and audio and AI playing that?
May I go? You want to go?
Okay.
Yeah. So the way I see this, obviously at VoiceMod we have a clear vision, which is about friction and access to this kind of technology. So the way you really have this mass market and has this available for everyone to use this kind of self-expression is to have a frictionless experience. As of today, you know, this kind of experience is you have to install an application, you have to go through a process of setup, things like that. And so far, we have this experience available in the desktop space, meaning Windows, mobile. We're now launching this into consoles. But the way we envision this is really have your identity seamless to every single space. So I can really behave and express myself. Even I'm on my phone, wherever I'm communicating with audio, I'm able to communicate with this kind of technology. So for us, it's going to be about access and seamless experiences across spaces.
Okay, like carrying your own voice, digital voice everywhere you go.
That's the vision.
Okay. And which is your vision, Johnny, on this? How is this going?
Well, certainly AI is not going anywhere. But as far as my industry that I'm working in, VTubing is just, I've been at it for 8 years doing VTubing, and it's now grown to an industry that is worth over $2 billion annually. So it is growing very fast, and certainly the idea of this digital identity and building a character around something that is not existing in the real world is something that is not going away anytime soon, and certainly we'll see more of it in the future.
Okay, the 2 billion industry, it's VTubing right now. So it's amazing. It's amazing how big it is. So, well, I have like some time for questions in the audience. If you would like to ask some questions to our panelists. So,
don't be shy.
Yeah, no questions. A real charity. Well, they have they have made a strong point on digital identity and voice and voice tubing. Okay, if not, we can summarize some missing data that I guess that VoiceMod is the company, the first company that managed to monetize the voice space. So
as you know, we've been pioneering on this space for years. So we started as a mobile phone application back in the day, but we really found market fit when we started focusing on helping, at first, online gamers to express themselves. Then it was a really natural evolution to content creation. All of you here know that most content creators, YouTubers, streamers have this overlap with online gaming, most of them. And then the evolution of the market brought us to this VTuber, which is the perfect crossover, which some of them are already gaming. They are already creating content, but on top of that, they are creating their own persona. So the secret for us was really understanding what was the value that we're adding to our users, and that's the way we managed to monetize audio experiences. We were the first ones, yes. So, not anymore.
So thank you very much for everyone listening to us. This is 4 years from now, and it's called 4 years from now because what you are listening today is a reality today, but it's going to be a massive reality 4 years from now. So thank you very much to our panelists for being here today, and, well, let's meet.
Thank you.
Thank you.